Good evening. Tonight, we begin with a decision that has sent shockwaves across the Pacific. On November 28, 2025, the Philippines officially turned down a $5.5 billion defense deal with the United States for a fleet of F-16 fighter jets. This wasn't just about buying planes, it was a bold statement from a nation at the center of one of the world's most contested regions. The rejection marks a major shift in the Philippines' defense strategy and its relationship with its oldest ally. The implications ripple far beyond Manila and Washington, reshaping the security landscape of Southeast Asia. Why would a nation under pressure decline such a powerful tool for its defense? Tonight, we'll uncover the real story behind this multi-billion-dollar rejection and what it means for the Philippines' future. This is more than a story about military hardware. It's about national identity, economic reality, and the pursuit of true independence. The Philippine government cited the immense cost of the F-16 package as the primary reason for rejection. At $5.5 billion, the deal would have consumed a huge portion of the national budget, with ongoing costs for maintenance, upgrades, and training stretching for decades. Officials argued that such a commitment would divert funds from critical sectors like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Beyond finances, there was a growing desire for strategic independence, moving away from decades of reliance on the U.S. for defense. Accepting the F-16s would have deepened dependency on American supply chains and political approval. The Marcos Jr. administration wants a defense policy that puts Philippine interests first. Analysts also questioned whether the F-16s fit the country's real needs, which focus more on maritime security and persistent surveillance than on high-end air combat. The government is now seeking more affordable, versatile platforms, better suited to its unique challenges. The decision reflects a pragmatic calculation: security through sustainability, not prestige. It's a confident move toward a defense posture tailored to the Philippines' geography, threats, and resources. The Philippines' rejection of the F-16 deal sends a powerful message across the Indo-Pacific. For years, buying advanced U.S. hardware was seen as the only path to security and alignment with Washington. Manila's move challenges that assumption, showing that modernization doesn't require dependency. This could inspire other Southeast Asian nations to rethink their own procurement strategies, balancing capability with affordability. The absence of F-16s forces a re-evaluation of what makes an effective deterrent. Perhaps a mix of coastal missiles, drones, and a modern navy, not just high-tech jets. The decision also highlights a global trend. Middle powers are diversifying defense partners, seeking better value and more independence. Now, the Philippines is likely to explore deals with European, South Korean, and other suppliers, emphasizing technology transfer and local production. This competition benefits buyers, driving down prices and encouraging innovation. The world is watching to see which path Manila chooses next. Washington responded with measured disappointment, stressing respect for the Philippines' sovereignty and the enduring alliance. Behind the scenes, however, U.S. officials are concerned. The F-16 deal was meant to symbolize a revitalized partnership. Now, American defense planners must rethink how to support Philippine modernization without their preferred platform. Across Southeast Asia, countries like Vietnam and Indonesia see Manila's move as validation for pursuing independent procurement strategies. For China, the absence of F-16s removes a potential threat, but also signals that Manila is becoming a more unpredictable, independent actor. The global defense industry is abuzz, with contractors preparing new pitches and analysts debating the wisdom of Manila's choice. Some see it as a smart move towards sustainable security. Others worry it leaves the Philippines vulnerable. The decision has made Manila a central focus of international security discussions. The world isn't just watching what the Philippines will buy next, but how it will redefine its defense posture. Manila's bold move is now a case study in modern defense procurement. The F-16 rejection marks a new era for Philippine defense, one focused on affordable, sustainable power. The military is moving away from silver bullet solutions and toward a balanced, resilient force. The goal, a military that can sustain operations during crises without bankrupting the nation. This means investing in light combat aircraft, fast attack craft, coastal defense systems, and drones, assets that are easier to maintain and can be deployed in greater numbers. Sustainability also means training more personnel to operate and maintain these systems, building a force that's resilient and adaptable. The focus is on the warrior, not just the weapon. The Philippines is now a model for nations seeking to maximize defense capabilities without sacrificing economic stability. It's a less glamorous, but far more practical approach to national security. Central to the Philippines' new defense strategy is a determined pivot towards self-reliance. The government is building up its domestic defense industry, prioritizing deals that include technology transfer and local production. The Self-Reliant Defense Posture Program aims to create jobs, stimulate the economy, and build expertise for long-term military needs. Investment in local research and development is rising, with universities and research institutions developing homegrown solutions. While the Philippines may not build its own fighter jets soon, it can achieve self-sufficiency in many critical areas. The ultimate vision, a defense industrial base that supplies the armed forces and eventually exports to other countries. By building from within, the Philippines seeks true strategic autonomy. The pivot to self-reliance is perhaps the most profound consequence of rejecting the F-16 deal. President Marcos Jr. is driving this strategic shift, envisioning a modern, agile, and independent military. The focus is no longer just on counterinsurgency, but on credible external defense, especially in the maritime domain. Rejecting the F-16s redefines modernization for the Philippines. It's about adaptability, not just advanced hardware. The new force will be built around smaller interconnected platforms, fast missile boats, shore-based missiles, drones, and versatile light aircraft. This approach allows rapid response to a range of threats without prohibitive costs. Independence is key. The Philippines will be a friend to all, but not a pawn in great power competition. Diversifying suppliers and building a domestic industry are concrete steps toward this goal. The aim isn't to match superpowers, but to impose costs on any aggressor and deter threats through resilience. It's a strategy of deterrence through agility and independence. The decision to reject the F-16s is rooted in lessons from the FA-50 acquisition from South Korea. The FA-50, a light combat aircraft, proved effective and affordable, delivering capability without financial strain. This experience taught the value of right-sizing acquisitions and prioritizing sustainability over prestige. Working with South Korea opened new partnerships and showed that reliable suppliers exist beyond traditional allies. The FA-50 program rebuilt institutional knowledge and created a new generation of skilled pilots and crews. Now, the Air Force seeks a more capable multi-role fighter from a position of strength and experience. The FA-50's success shaped the philosophy behind the current modernization program. The path forward is clear: prioritize value, diversify partners, and build capability step by step. The Philippines' rejection of the F-16s isn't a break from its allies, but an assertion of sovereignty. The U.S. alliance remains strong with joint exercises and cooperation continuing. The decision signals that true partnership means respecting each nation's unique path to strength. The new doctrine is about building strength from within, investing in people, industries, and ideas. The pivot to self-reliance and sustainable systems is part of a larger nation-building project. The most powerful deterrent isn't a foreign weapon, but the resolve of a sovereign people. Building a domestic defense industry and diversifying partnerships will be challenging, but the course is set. November 28, 2025, marks a point of no return. The Philippines has chosen strategic independence. This is the story of a nation determined to chart its own course, holding the rudder firmly in its own hands. The strength of the Philippines will be measured not by what it buys, but by the resilience and spirit of its people.